Part 2. From Genes to Complex Organization. Thus, from the war of nature, from famine and death, the most exalted object which we are capable of conceiving, namely, the production of the higher animals, directly follows. There is grandeur in this view of life, with its several powers having been originally breathed into a few forms or into one, and that, whilst this planet has gone cycling on according to the fixed law of gravity, from so simple a beginning endless forms most beautiful and most wonderful have been and are being evolved. Charles Darwin, from On the Origin of Species, 1859. Chapter 7. Levels of Organization that Transcend Species. If you really want to study evolution, you've got to go outside sometime, because you'll see symbiosis everywhere. Lynn Margulis. The Big Picture. Emergent Evolutionary Potential, EEP, is a principle that applies to every imaginable level of complexity among living things. When separate species come into contact with one another, each may represent opportunities for the other to benefit in some way. This often causes the evolution of the interacting species to become intertwined. Darwin described several examples of coevolution in his On the Origin of Species, and field biologists and ecologists have found numerous remarkable examples ever since. Even more remarkable, however, are the numerous examples in which formerly separate lineages of cells come together to form new, emergent forms of life which transcend individual species. These include composite cells, composite organisms, and composite genomes. Both EEP and classical Darwinian mechanisms play a synergistic role in the evolutionary history of these transcendent forms of biological complexity.